Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today we are celebrating Ostara, or the Spring Equinox. DIY number 1, Abundance. So I have these bunnies I got from Dollar General. They're little wood cutouts that they're freestanding, or MDF cutouts, whatever you want to call them. And these little roses from Hobby Lobby that are stickers. And I'm going to strategically place a few of these on the front of this bunny. And I want to thank Lori Lar 9401, or at Lori Lar 9401. She commented a little education about Ostara, which I really had no idea. And I thought, you know, let me do a little more on that, because it was a very well received video with the witchy eggs, and these are just so much fun because they can be cute and they can be witchy. So that's what we're out to do. So once I get all my flowers in place, I've got Mod Podge, and I'm going to paint that all around and over the roses and the rest of the bunny. And this is just crumpled up tissue paper. Now you can do this in small pieces from the start, or start with one big sheet, because when you go back, as I'm doing with the brush, make sure there's Mod Podge on your brush, and kind of you want to press it around it and inside it to make sure you pick up the shape of the rose. And it's going to rip in spots. It just is. It's wet paper, wet tissue paper. So you just go back with smaller pieces and patch it up. And you want to add more layers anyway. So I'm just trimming the excess. And all the what's sticking out on the sides, I'm just going to add a little more Mod Podge and just bring that paper over the sides. Just keep on going around there. And then here I added a piece because it ripped right next to that rose on his ear. So I'm just putting another little piece of these are just small, and you want all the edges torn, not cut, if you can help it. I overlapped on the side where I cut it, but then I overlapped it with torn pieces, so it really didn't matter. And here's another piece. Again, you're going to get little holes in your paper, and luckily I only had a few spots. But again, I want to do a second layer over the entire thing with smaller pieces to give it more layer, give it more texture. Give it another layer. And I cover the sides, and I cover the back. I don't show all this same thing again on the back, because that's just pretty basic to do that part. And I just keep adding to the side and make sure that torn edge comes over to the front. And there's another spot where I had a hole all the way through the paper on the edge of that rose. And just make sure you go back over all those areas. It's no big deal. And then here again, I'm just adding some smaller pieces to the front. Couple layers. And once that's all dry, I am painting this entire thing with black currant chalk paint. This is one of my favorite colors. It is a folk art. I need to get some more. I'm almost out. So while that's drying, I've got another bunny and this fancy paper from Hobby Lobby, and I just trace the shape of the bunny and cut it out with my scissors. And we're going to use tacky glue for this. This is a really thick paper, and the Mod Podge, it tends to not stick as well on this heavier, thicker paper. And I start at the bottom edge, line up my shape here, and press that down at the bottom. And we're just going to do a little at a time. We're going to lift that up. And you want to do that before it dries. You don't want to try to peel it up and it's half dry and you're trying to get it under there. With the tacky glue, there's only so much you can screw it up. You know, with Mod Podge, you can make a mess with thin paper if you end up with humps in it. But with this paper and the tacky glue, it's probably not a thing. But and we just continue on up. And then we finally get to the ears. And glue those down. And I just keep pressing on it for a while till I know it's stuck. And I let that dry for about an hour. And I am going to paint this with, this is a Waverly, I think. Let me look. Yes, Waverly Lavender. And this bunny here, I don't know what I did with some of the footage here, but it was the same shape, cut out bunny, but it had a textured glittery paper on the front. So I just painted it black, and it already had texture, so I didn't have to add anything for the texture. And I've dry brush metallic amethyst. I've got these little leaves, and they're kind of a bright green, so I'm dry brushing a little black just to tone down the brightness a little bit. Figure out where I want to put them. And that little rose I made out of hot glue with a silicone mold. I already had it on hand, painted black, so I also hit that with the metallic. And we just glue our leaves in place. Give him a little floral arrangement on his neck here. Add some glue to the rose and glue that in place. And that little bunny is done. Now back to the black currant with the roses under the tissue paper here. This is called Pleasant Pink, another folk art paint. It's a very subtle pale pink. And you make sure we're dry brushing there. Make sure you get the roses really well. Make sure they stand out, and then kind of trying to get between them was a little tough, but I managed and get everything, all that, pick up all that texture, and I'm going to do a little extra on all the edges, down the sides, between the ears, you know the drill. But yeah, I always like this pink because it's very subtle. It's not some crazy hot pink or whatever. And I go ahead and do the back because I did texture the back as well. He's so cute. Then this one that I painted lavender, I dry brushed some black to pick up the raised design in the paper, and I've lost that footage too. I was having issues, my phone was too full, and I think I dumped more than I meant to. So, but that was just dry brush black. And I've got this lace ribbon, and I'll just wrap that around and hot glue that in place. And I'm going to do a piece at the same angle on one ear. These are fun to do. Yeah, my Dollar General has all these bunnies. And you can do all kinds of different things with them. Too cute. Alright, some blue strings. You know, I got this little panel from Temu and painted it all with black chalk paint. Now I'm going to take that same subtle pink and dry brush that on my board here. Dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Every time. I think my husband has a guest. He's out in the garage. So that's all done, and I'm going to decide on the placement of my bunnies and hot glue those on my panel here. That one in place. And the last one. Now I've just got some black Spanish moss, and I'm not gluing this down. You can if you like. The way I see it, things are going to get dusty, and you can, this way at least you can just change it or shake it out, you know, or whatever you got to do. And the black will fade on this dyed moss sometimes, and once it gets dusty and cruddy, you can just change it. You don't have to worry about it being glued. Now these eggs I made for a previous video, and I flocked them. I'll leave the link for the video where I show you how to do that in the description. And I'm just gonna make a little opening in the moss and place my eggs. Easy peasy. These little bunnies are so cute. So much fun. And this project is complete. DIY number 2, Rebirth. So I got this little sign, thrifting, and I'm going to paint it all with black chalk paint. And it's got these little grooves in it. Make sure you get your paint down in the grooves when you have something like this. Sometimes you have to go over it a couple times. It's so easy to miss a spot here and there. Now, what says rebirth more than a butterfly? Or a moth? I guess it's really a moth. But this is an Etsy paper that I printed on cardstock and tore the edges, darkened the edges with the black chalk paint, and now I'm going to go around and just dry brush a little, not too much. I don't want to darken it too much because it's not very bright to begin with, you know. It's pink, but it's with the grays, it's kind of on the dark side a little bit. It'll pop on this black. Now, normally I would dry brush that black background, but in this case, I just thought the solid black worked better. I'm just going to go around dry brush here and there. So my paint's all dry, and I'm going to add some Mod Podge to the back of this paper. I don't want the Mod Podge finish on the entire project. I'm going to seal it later with a satin finish clear coat. And I'm going to add a little Mod Podge just into these grooves here, because you really want some glue down in there. You want it to stay wet long enough to press your paper down in there. With the cardstock, it takes a minute. So I'm going to get this in position. Try not to get glue all over everything here. Make sure you get that pressed into place. I use the paper towel. Any glue that's oozing out, dab that off. And I've got this little wooden stick. I don't know. I think it's a cuticle remover stick. A cuticle pusher stick. I don't know. But it had a skinny enough end where I could press that paper down into the grooves. And take your time doing that, because it's gonna, it's gonna rip the paper. It's gonna puncture through it. But you want to get it glued down. And it doesn't matter if you puncture the paper, because we're gonna go through with this real skinny chip brush. And what I did, I dipped it in the black paint and I just dabbed it off of the sides of the brush so it would stay on the tip, and got down in those grooves. And now I'm going to go around and darken the edges just a little bit. And I go back over the grooves too. One was coming out darker than the other, so I had to go back over the other one. And now I've got these chiffon ribbons. I've got a white piece, two black pieces, and the black piece on top is a little shorter than the rest. Flip it over upside down on this little piece of black string here. Make sure we get that knot started. And then I'm going to pinch all this ribbon together before I tighten it down. Cinch that down really well, and then we're just going to go ahead and tie a second knot nice and tight. Trim that off, and then I shorten the longer black ribbon a little bit, and then the white ribbon was a lot wider, and it was the way it was laying, it was covering up too much of the design for my taste, so I'm cutting it up the middle, and you just kind of pick at the edges to get it frayed like the rest, and it laid better. It laid the way I wanted it to. And we're just going to add some hot glue and glue our ribbon in place. This is a quick and easy one, but it's just so pretty. And there she is, all done. Here's my reveal. Thank you for being here with me today. Do you celebrate Ostara? Am I saying it correctly, ladies? Let me know in the comments. I had no idea that this was a Wiccan holiday. I just touched on it, just doing my thing. And thank you again, Lori, for educating me a little bit. I did a little research, and I thought I'll do a few more. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.